from over the weekend. This jumped out in some of the commentary that I read from Patriots minicamp. He goes on and on and on about the takeaway that he had at quarterback from minicamp was not about Drake Maye. It was about Joe Milton and his arm and how noticeable it is and blah, blah, blah. Then he gets to Drake Maye. He says, I guess that's kind of the point. Maye was fine, quote unquote, during the 60-minute session open to the media on Saturday, throwing against air with no defenders. He had plenty of precise throws and plenty of imprecise ones. His misses were mostly placement problems, and there were no WTF throws, just the ones that were clearly behind receivers or a bit too high on middle-of-the-field throws. But he showed command and a presence in the huddle and at the line. He certainly fills out that number 10 jersey better than Mac Jones did.
Ooh.
Hubba, hubba.
And he has plenty of arm, even though Milton's is a tick or two stronger. Maye and Milton worked on taking snaps, getting into short drops and handoffs before moving on to some drops with accuracy throws into the net target. It was windy, and there were a lot of footwork stuff that was the primary focus, but Maye didn't hit the target very often. In short, Curran writes, Maye is, as advertised, a work in progress with all the physical tools to someday, maybe, approach his much-discussed ceiling. So, let me just say this. I'm not going to put a ton of stock in a rookie minicamp, but I'm just curious to see what comes out of it because it was our first look at Drake Maye. I don't care that at a rookie minicamp, Joe Milton's arm stands out. But if we keep hearing stuff like this in, I don't know, training camp?
In August.
Joint practices, which Reese reported over the weekend, it sounds like they're going to have at least one joint practice with the Eagles. Like, if I'm hearing stuff like that, then that's going to be a problem. And I do remember going back, was it the N'Keal Harry draft? What year did they bring in Jacoby Myers? I said this at the time. I'm like,
Was that 2019?
Were they the same one? It was Jacoby Myers and someone else. I think it was
so,
N'Keal
yeah.
Harry.
Yeah.
And I remember saying this at the time. I'm like, if Jacoby Myers is outperforming N'Keal Harry, that's a bad sign. Now, it turns out Myers could play, and maybe you had a player there. But it spoke volumes about N'Keal Harry. So this is one I want to keep an eye on. I'm not going to overreact to a rookie minicamp, but file it away. First time we got to see those two guys side by each, Joe Milton stood out more, at least to Tommy Curran.
Which is also kind of as advertised, right? Because Milton has kind of this sideshow arm. So
yeah, but
seeing
May's
it
got
in
a good
person-
arm.
He does have a good arm. But I'm saying it's like looking at one thing that is very apparently, like I said, a sideshow. Like, wow, that's crazy compared to Maye, who is a project, and you're probably honestly having a little bit more scrutiny of because of the position that everybody's hoping him to be in. So I think some of it is just the context that you put the two players in. I don't want to speak for Kern, and I wasn't there, so I didn't see it. But it kind of sounds like as expected to me. Everybody's, throwing against air, throwing in shells. There's not a whole lot more to take away from that. So I don't think it means that when they're actually in training camp and they're in competitive drills and the pads are on, that Joe Milton is going to outplay Drake Maye. Like, that's way, 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 way premature. It just sounds like it kind of is what it is. It's not like all of a sudden Drake Maye came in as this flawless guy with a super high floor.
Yeah, look, I'm okay with criticizing Drake Maye. Like, I like the pick.
Well,
I hope
I'm
he works
not,
out.
actually.
I'm okay with it. We came out of that rookie minicamp with more of that commentary Arcan than I expected for a guy who is, the savior of the Patriots in my estimation.
Yeah, no question. And back then, you still had Tom Brady. So now we're talking about an entire offense that's basically littered with these rookies and a rookie quarterback, two rookie quarterbacks. And I'm not surprised that a guy named Bazooka Joe looked good out there in shells and shorts throwing to nobody. Like, that makes sense. That's probably where a guy like him shines the most. And I'm not necessarily anticipating that Drake Maye is going to hit the ground running like I think you certainly are, Jones. I don't know if you're quite like that, Mego.
I think he's a project.
Yeah, I think he is too, and I think that this is something that's going to take a couple of years. But either way, if he doesn't start connecting with the rookies, the rookies are a big part of this offense. The rookies are a big part of what you're going to be doing out there, and hopefully what your offense is going to improve to. Because if these guys aren't improvements on what you had last year, these wide receivers, and you get worse, then Drake Maye has no chance. I don't think he has a chance to succeed.
All I'm saying is I expect he's going to come in and outperform Jacoby Brissett. If he's not outperforming Joe Milton, that's going to be a problem, but it's early, and I don't want to overreact to it. I'm filing it away for when we see them again. By the way, here's Drake Maye after his first practice at rookie minicamp.
What's going on, guys? Doing all right?
Welcome. How you doing?
Sweet, yeah, doing well.
How's it to be out there?
Yeah, it's awesome, exciting. I'll be out here with the guys. Just got here on the field again. Been training and doing all the stuff on my own. Get out here with the team and going through some plays and just trying to soak it all in and have fun, learn as much as I can.
Okay, it sounds like he's going to be working mostly with Alex Van Pelt. Gerard Mayo said that. He was asked about Van Pelt and McAdoo and some of the other guys he's going to be working with. So maybe we'll get a clearer idea of how that's going to work. Drake Maye also at the Bruins last night. I'm sure you guys saw that.
Yes.
Looked like he enjoyed himself.